Imagine the system didn't just give you stats and skills, it fundamentally rewrote your DNA. You're not just leveling up, you're evolving into something entirely new, something that terrifies both the monsters and the pure humans who still cling to the old world. Welcome to Evolution, the fourth explosive installment in Seth Ring's action-packed The Exlian Syndrome Series. If you love deeply crunchy LitRPG progression, biological mutation mechanics, and the sheer, unadulterated dopamine hit of watching a protagonist break the limits of human biology to become an apex predator, this audiobook will completely consume you. It is a masterclass in progression fantasy, blending tactical monster hunting, mind-bending genetic mechanics, and the awe-inspiring thrill of weaponizing your own mutation. The narrative kicks off with the Exlian Syndrome reaching a critical, terrifying new phase. The world has already been reshaped by the initial integration, but now the biological and systemic evolution is accelerating at a terrifying pace. The atmosphere is a brilliant mix of gritty, post-apocalyptic survival and the mind-bending, awe-inspiring reality of watching flora, fauna, and humans mutate into high-tier, reality-bending entities. Ring excels at scaling the threat level, making every new evolutionary branch, every mutated behemoth, and every environmental hazard feel like a massive, deadly puzzle where adaptation is the only way to survive. At the core of the book's addictive appeal is its brilliantly logical, deeply crunchy progression system and the spectacular biological evolution/mutation trope. This isn't just about swinging a sword or casting a spell. It's about optimizing genetic traits, unlocking dormant DNA sequences, and using your own mutating biology as the ultimate weapon. Watching the protagonist min-max their evolutionary path, adapt to lethal new environments on the fly, and completely shock arrogant, high-tier elites who thought they were the apex of the new world is incredibly satisfying. The audiobook narration brings the visceral impact of the combat and the satisfying chiming ding of a massive genetic breakthrough to life, making every milestone feel like a hard-earned victory. But beyond the stats and the mutations, the soul of the Exlian Syndrome lies in its characters and the heavy burden of being the vanguard of a new species. The protagonist isn't just a cold, calculating monster hunter. They are the anchor for a beautifully dysfunctional, fiercely loyal found family of survivors who are struggling to keep their own humanity intact while the world changes around them. The banter is razor sharp, providing much-needed levity as the crew watches their leader casually sprout new appendages, adapt to a toxic atmosphere, or rewrite their own nervous system just to win a fight. Their unbreakable trust in each other provides the emotional grounding needed when the world starts throwing literal evolutionary nightmares their way. As the plot accelerates towards its climax, the pacing becomes utterly breathless. A massive, high-tier evolutionary event or a catastrophic dungeon break forces the protagonist to push their genetic limits to their absolute breaking point. The finale is a spectacular display of tactical brilliance, overwhelming biological firepower, and raw, unbridled ingenuity. The protagonist doesn't just survive the assault, they completely shatter the local power scaling, triggering a massive mid-battle evolutionary leap that turns the enemy's ultimate attack into a mere stepping stone. The payoff is spectacular, delivering a massive dopamine-fueled victory that proves the most dangerous class in the system isn't the one with the biggest sword, it's the one who controls their own DNA. Evolution is a triumph of the LitRPG and biological fantasy genres. It is smart, action-packed, and unapologetically addictive. Seth Ring has crafted a milestone book that perfectly captures the thrill of breaking the apocalypse by becoming the ultimate predator. Plug in your headphones, check your genetic sequence, and join the evolution. The old world is dead, but the new one belongs to those who adapt.